I think it was one of the first teachings of my teacher. I grabbed his hand and was waiting for the magic, but nothing happened. My teacher said, "Why should I do anything if you are not giving me a reason to move?" And therefore, I'd like to talk a bit about cooperative and non-cooperative partner training. First of all, I'd like to explain what I mean here with cooperative training, because we all use similar terminologies, but we maybe mean different things with that. For me, cooperative partner training in the context of martial arts means that your partner is not giving you a barrier to overcome and reacts to every energy type, which is an incoming force, in the same way. There are a lot of videos on YouTube and elsewhere where Chinese martial arts practitioners are trying to show off some magic tricks which are in their core, let's say it nicely, misleading. The goal of the so-called inner martial arts are not to make your opponent fly or to withstand the push of 10 men. The goal is to be able to fight, at least to apply some of the stuff which you are practicing in a situation where your opponent is trying his best to put you into a disadvantageous position. And by misleading practitioners with magic tricks, you are not just branding yourself as a guru, but also you be part of changing the direction of expectations towards the art itself. And that's dangerous. And yes, to be honest, also some of my students expected to experience some of those magic tricks. And yes, they jumped a lot in their first classes. But not because of me, just because of their search for a self-fulfilling prophecy. So what do we train in the so-called inner martial arts? At least from my point of view. We train to manipulate the opponent's balance in the shadow of his intent. That includes speed, conditioning of alignment and body structure, physical fitness and awareness. And all those points conclude into timing. But if your partner is so cooperative that you have no need of use for one of those attributes, so your training is not just useless, excuse my French, it's counterproductive. Okay, let's go a bit deeper into the topic. When I talk about manipulation, I do not mean to use a fint. It's very much like a shell game. The moment when you think you caught the ball, you already lost your money and your watch. So your partner needs to have a goal. Even if it's just slowly pushing you, you need to have a barrier to overcome so you can manipulate him. He just holds my wrists and is not even trying to control them, but reacts very sensitive towards my push. In this case, I had to do a wrong motion and couldn't even apply song, directional relaxation. My partner also could not interpret my applied force as correct or wrong. Now I try to apply the same move I done before, just this time my partner has a clear goal of pressing my arms down. The moment I moved, I already pushed me out of my own balance. Now I try to give him what he wants. His intent in this specific exercise is to press my hands down. And the moment he applies his force, I twist my shoulder blades and open my collarbone to extend my arm length, but without losing my body tension. So he wants too much and is not realizing that this is a trap. His center of gravity is now in front of his feet and not between them anymore. Also, my arms changed from being the target of his attack to become the last straws of holding his balance. Now I can move him as I want until he regains his balance. This is what we call Jielifali, the use of borrowed energy. In the second example, I'm going to show you Janifali, first contact force transmission. As in the first example, my partner has no goal to achieve. I'm punching in the pad and he only feels the impact of my rotation. Now his goal is to pull himself out the moment he sees the punch. Because my body rotates from left to right, he spots my attack from very early on. Now I adapt to his goal and turn down my big rotations and let him fall into my punch. So he realizes my punch just very short before the moment of impact. At the Jan-E or first contact, his body tries to build up a protective structure, but I'm already in. That means that he is pushing against my fist and therefore my impact not just increased but also hit him deeper, because at first contact, my body structure unfolds into its final position. These kind of non-telegraphic punches are a bit like when you see a car moving towards you on the street. As closer it gets, as bigger it appears, and you can spot the danger. But a non-telegraphed one is a kind of the opposite, which you can only see from the point of view of your partner. For a short moment, the car gets even smaller and pulls your opponent towards you, and that's the moment of attack. My personal intention with this video is to point out the importance of partner training and its intention. It's okay to give your partner a barrier to let him struggle a bit. Even if it's your teacher, it's okay. Because what you can see from my two examples is the moment my partner worked against my will, the whole game changed. It became a totally different exercise. Thank you for watching.